Hello everybody. Today we're going to be looking at the famous Hampshire Chesterfield. Now the Hampshire Chesterfield, if we really go back in the past, it's what I used to sell to Moran. So it was very famous Moran sofa. Now this was made for them really, I reckon, from the mid 70s to the late 90s, okay? Now, very similar to a Waterloo is a Hampshire, but there's quite a few different aspects to it. And we're going to go through that in depth, so that way there we get a really good understanding. Now, I don't have the two-seater on the floor at the moment, but I have a tub, which will be able to give you a good idea. And this is the three-seater, 2 metres 15 with 2 cushions. So what you'll find is, you've got the 2 large cushions, now you can have the 3 cushions across, that's not a problem. Just a lot of people do like this look. Now we're going to look at the differences of what makes a Hampshire different to a Waterloo, for instance. I mean, we have the same look, we've got it off the ground, we've got the feet, we've got a little bit different in the arm. Now, you've got a nice clean arm, you've got no piping on the arm, on the top. You've got your beautiful stud feature. Now this is in an antique brown, which was again another very famous brown back in its day. Single button front, you can't have the double on this. Now this is a heavy wash off, we can make it much darker as I've said before. You've got a very similar arm to a Premier. Now, as you can see the Waterloo on the back, the Waterloo, the heights will be the same, it's just the Waterloo I've got on the floor at the moment has got wheels, so it sets it a bit higher, and it is a 3.5 seater. But as you can see, the Waterloo has a much bigger arm, and it's got the piping on the arm and the pleating. So there's one difference. Now the other difference is, let's look at the Waterloo's depth. It's your standard depth of about 92 centimetres. Now, the Hampshire is a much deeper sofa. So there's one of the main aspects about this Hampshire that a lot of people like. So you're going to find it is from end to end just under 98 centimetres. So it's a much deeper Chesterfield than what you normally get. You've got your nice straight back. It's very similar, it will sit like a Premier. Okay, everything is sort of based off a Premier because it is one of the most original designs. Now the tub chair very similar, nice and wide. It's about 1.15 metre wide, so it's a fair decent chair. And again, it's a nice depth. As we have a look at over the top, you can see that beautiful depth on these. Now, obviously, once now I showed the example of me sitting on it and the comfort level and the depth, you'll get a very good understanding of the size of this sofa. Again, the same beautiful turned legs underneath. Now, as you can see too, what I've done here is I've matched it up with a Dunhill wing chair. So I always like to show people a couple of ideas. I mean, a lot of times you'll have a 2-seater, as you can see it there behind, but you can order it with a matching wing chair, and I find the Dunhill is a beautiful wing chair for it. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a really good in-depth understanding of how this sofa sits. I'm just going to set it up for us. And again, I've been getting a lot of feedback from everyone regarding the videos, and look, thank you to everybody, because it's good to get the feedback from the customer, because what I'm trying to do here is give those that can't come into the store a really good in-depth understanding of what we sell. We're very different. We do sell the real McCoys, so it's not easy to get that across to the customer on the phone. So this is going to really help everyone out, and I appreciate everyone's feedback on the video. So I'm going to keep doing them, and eventually I'll do it for every product. Okay. Now, as I've always said, just under 6 foot. Now, as you can see, my feet just touch the ground. So anybody, look, I would suggest anybody that is 5'5" and under, you're not going to be sitting like this, feet to the ground, okay? Now, I get a lot of ladies come in and they say to me, they don't mind the extra depth, okay, because they're going to be sitting like this a lot on a couch, reading a book or something like that. The other thing is too, a great thing with the Chesterfield is Because an arm and the back are the same size, it's got a spring in the arm, you're able to sit like this. A lot of people can read a book. Obviously, if you buy a bigger one, you'll be able to lay inside. There is a lot of distance, okay? So if you're not the type of person that's going to be always with your feet to the ground and in that sort of position, I say to people, this is a great sofa. If you're a very big or tall person, this is going to be a great sofa. As I said, if you have a look, I'm sitting, it's just perfect for my height, okay? I don't like deep sofas, that's just me, it's a personal thing. Maybe I've just been used to too much a smaller depth. But again, your back, not hard, it's not soft either, but it's not hard. So you sit straight and nice, legs out. Now a lot of people also ask, and maybe I have discussed it or not in other videos, how our cushions lip out a little bit, okay? Now there is a reason for that. If the cushion is set flush, your legs will be in like this, so you'll be sitting not in a good position. By sitting back, straight, and your legs being pushed forward on the cushion, you will find that you will sit so much better. And there's an Achilles heel of a lot of sofas that people do that, okay? That they cut the cushion straight here, they think it's, aesthetically it's gonna look great, and people never sit properly. So that's just a little information for the customers out there why we do that. There is a reason. Again, you've got your coil cushions. As I've always told people, you will never collapse these cushions. These sofas are made to last, okay? So, as I say to people, there are a lot of cheap Chesterfields out there. They will never last as long as ours. I mean, I stake all my reputation on that. The rub down's the same, your genuine hand rub. Now, this is a new brown that we've just released. We call it Antique Brown A. Now, probably if you see the picture of the premiere we made for the Prime Minister's office over a long period of time, the big four-seater, it was like a brown dark tan, if that makes any sense. And there was a lot more brown undercoat, less black. If you look at the brown number 8 we do today, it's a much darker brown. That's what a lot of people are used to. But I do get a lot of people bought this colour back in the day in the 70s, 80s and 90s and loved it, and even trying to match up to it. So as I say to people, if you're looking for that real classic brown from years gone by, that's a much lighter brown and not dark, fantastic colour. Always got it on the floor. I've got the Dunhill in the same. Like I said, the Hampshire is a great model. I said I've been sitting here now for a good few minutes, and I don't have a sore back. I don't have sore hips. I'm sitting nice. Like I said, if I need to get up, the cushion's helping me up, because normally a deep sofa, that is going to be the problem, unless you're very, very big, is to get up off it. Now we're going to go look at the tub chair. Now the tub chair is very similar. Again, nice and deep. It's a big chair. As I say, everyone sits differently. I had a gentleman the other day that he said he likes to, excuse me like that, but he likes to sit like this, watching TV, and like that. I wouldn't sit like that, but everybody to themselves, Nice, great big tub chair. Now, like I said, I'm just under 6 foot, probably about 85 kilos, big shoulders. And as you can see, I've got a lot of room. And again, I'm sitting to the ground. My feet are still on the ground. I'm sitting back. It feels comfortable. Like I said, it's not a hard spring on the back, and it's not too soft. It's just a perfect spring. So, look, like I said, even the tub just feels great to sit in. You can sit down, have an iPad or a laptop. You'd be sitting great on this. You wouldn't be feeling, sort of uncomfortable wanting to get up all the time. So, Hampshire, one of the best sofas going back in the old days. Like I said, at Moran, it was considered one of their top-of-the-range models. Also, too, with the 2 cushions, it's a lot more stylish, for presentation-wise. 3 cushions is always going to be better if it's more everyday living. But again, it comes down to your use and needs. It's a nice sofa. Like I said, I love the nice, clean arm, beautiful stud work. We're re-releasing the old gold or brass style studs, which are very hard to get today. Easy to vacuum under the floor, under the sofa, sorry. So you've got that nice little gap, it's off the floor. Gives it a lot of character. And like I say to people, if the Waterloo is a very popular sofa, but like I said, I would consider the Waterloo a lot more bulkier, less depth to the Hampshire. But I just think the Hampshire is a really beautiful classic sofa. Just give you another different look from a different angle. As I always say in my videos, the cameras do oversaturate the colour, so she is a little bit darker than what you see on there. And if you probably look just there, you can see the true more brown colour in that. Again, as I always say to people, leather everywhere. Beautiful sofa this is. Real comfortable. Like I said, if you're looking for a deeper Chesterfield than normal and a nice, really clean English look, Hampshire is the way to go. Well, thank you again for watching our videos. We're going to be doing some new videos coming soon. I'm going to be using drones and a few other things to give a lot more detail. So yeah, there's a few exciting things coming up and some new exciting furniture. But I've always got the Hampshire on the floor, so everyone is always welcome to come in. We're open 7 days a week in 71F Matthews Avenue, Airport West. And for our interstate customers, you're always welcome to come down. We'll always look after you if you're going to make the journey to Melbourne. I had some people from New South Wales yesterday, and I've done them a good deal because they flew all the way down here and bought stuff off us. So I like to sort of honour that commitment to us. So yeah, look, like I said, the Hampshire is a beautiful sofa. It's a real genuine classic. If you even had an old Moran and you need to match it up, this would be perfect for it. Price wise, as you'll see on the net, it's really well priced. I mean, it's under $2,800 for a 3-seater, so I think it worked out $2,690. I used to sell this in Myers and David Jones for $4,890. So it gives you a really good idea at wholesale, the savings you're going to get, and the fact that you deal with us direct and you're going to get what you paid for. Well, thank you again, and hope to see you guys in the store soon. Take care.